All right, it's the rundown. It is June. There you go.
Didn't miss a beat.
It is June 27th. Yeah?
No, 4th.
No, 24th.
I was going to say.
The way Carabas looked at me, I thought I got it. It is presented by Dunkin' Donuts. Dunkin' Go-Tos, you can get a great deal on 2 of your favorites, 2 egg and cheese wraps for $2, 2 bagels with cream cheese spread for $4, and 2 bacon and egg cheese croissants for $5. In my humble opinion, that's a tough deal to beat. That's my go-to. That's my go-to cents. That's like a line. That's my go-to cents.
Nailed it.
Ooh.
Oh, there we go, Spider.
There he is, Spider.
I'll do a bagel with cream cheese. Is that anything else floating around?
The bagel with cream cheese? Yep, beautiful. Beautiful.
What do we got here? One of those quesadilla things?
Dunkin' Go-To is a great deal for $2, $4, or $5.
Thanks.
America runs on Dunkin's. Participations may vary. A limited time offer. Exclusions apply. Dunkin' Go-To's also presenting the 2nd annual Barstool Awards tomorrow night, 7:30 pre-show, followed by the awards at 8. You can watch on site or in the app.
You dressing up for that?
Yeah, we wore like
I'm
suits
like the
last year,
presenter.
didn't we?
You doing
Yeah.
that?
I mean, I think
I might be down in Miami.
What are you doing there?
I think I'm going to cover the DNC debates down there, the Democrats. The libs getting together down in South Florida.
Nice. Where? Seems like a good reason to go. South.
Miami.
Ooh.
I like that.
Yeah.
That's
You're a little
Hey,
boondoggle.
when duty calls, we have to answer.
that's the progression of PMT. Their Grit tour, which was in like Malibu, and now
We drove through Malibu. We stayed in Santa Monica, much grittier place.
I saw a video of you in an apartment that looked like it was on an island in the middle of the Pacific.
We stopped by some very nice places. Our place wasn't that exceptional, but we were in a lot of rich people's houses. One thing I noticed about rich people, they don't lock their bathroom doors. They don't have locks in their bathrooms.
Oh,
like,
period.
Yeah, like Jared Goff's house didn't have a bathroom lock. I think Blake Griffin's house didn't have a lock in his bathroom. Efron's house.
Every
it's
time
just
you
like,
lock the door?
No, well, I usually do, but I always look to see if there's a lock there. And at all these rich people houses, they just don't have locks in their bathroom.
That is weird.
Yeah. It's like it's a rush for them if they get caught taking a piss or
Gotta
shit.
find a way to live.
I don't know.
Feel, you know?
Exactly.
No, I'm
Do you have
clearly
locks
not
in your
that
house?
rich,
You're
but
rich.
I don't have locks on my bathrooms.
See, there you go. Only poors
Yeah.
have locks.
But I
on.
mean, well, I don't know
think I
about the
lock
place.
the bathroom.
Yeah,
I don't
no,
think I
no,
do this when I'm
no.
that way.
I do in the place I live now, which I don't own. I do.
Your apartment or your Nantucket?
My apartment.
Yeah.
I do not. In my Nantucket house, I do. So,
It's probably an older house.
well, no, we redid the whole thing.
Okay.
So we had the
wow.
option.
And you
Oh,
opted
that's new
for locks.
rich. That's
They
new
definitely
money.
looked down at you and you were like, yeah, I'll take the
Speaking-
locks.
peasant with his
How's this for a segue? Speaking of rich people, Cam Newton has gone viral. He's on an airplane. I guess he's going to Paris for Fashion Week. Late notice, so he didn't get the right seat or a seat that he wanted. He tries to buy a first class seat for not first class, I think business, for $1,500
extra legroom.
extra legroom.
Would it?
K. Marco blogged it first, saying the guy's insane not to take it. I blogged it after because I think it was a wildly insulting offer from Cam Newton. And a 6-hour flight, like up, the difference for legroom, he was probably paying like below market value for that. Like that
Right.
seat probably cost more than $1,500
$1,500.
bucks. That's how expensive cross-country flights are. So to me, like he handled it right. He sat back down. But what type of offer was that? That was an offer you have to refuse.
To me, there's two different things going on here. What you're saying is right from like a negotiating tactic, like the value of that seat plus how much money you know Cam Newton has, you can ask for more. But when it comes down to it, as long as the seat you're putting you in is not like the worst seat in the house, I think you take the money.
Yeah, it's like a dream scenario though. If you happen to be a Falcons fan, or if you're like a Saints fan,
yeah.
and Cam Newton walks up to you and he's like, "Hey, I want to buy that seat from you." That is like the stuff dreams are made of. You're like, absolutely not.
That guy could offer $10,000
Exactly.
just to stick it to Cam Newton.
Yep.
Yeah.
But to go back on you, Kevin, the point is that guy chose to buy a seat that cost more than $1,500 to begin with more. So why, like, if you already paid it, like, if those
But
seats,
now he's basically like almost flying for free, or like it's still $1,500
but
you
he
can have in your
chose to do
pocket.
that's like. So I complained about this when I went to London. They just kicked me out of first class. I bought the ticket. I had the ticket.
Yeah, how did that
I
happen?
paid for the ticket because they're
Other people bought it.
European flights. Anything goes. I've flown to Europe twice and I had my seat stolen twice. They're like, you didn't check in time. I was here an hour and a half before the flight.
They took your seat because you didn't check it in time?
Yeah, that's what they said.
Wow.
And
So,
then
so
that's-
other
that's
people,
unfortunate.
someone else got upgraded, or someone
they
else
buy,
bought
they
the seat?
sell, which I didn't know, which is insane, more first class seats.
And then it's
than
first
they
come,
have.
first serve.
Apparently.
Wow.
That's tough
You
to
sure
know.
you didn't just get like bullied and they came up with an excuse?
No.
That's
So,
how they do
but
it?
using that analogy, if I was in my seat and someone's like, "Hey, here's $1,500," like, this seat costs way more. I chose to sit here for that very reason.
What's your opening offer if you're Cam Newton and you know that
$5,000.
you have
I
to?
said $5,000.
You start with $5,000?
Yep.
Huh.
Because he's worth.
Well,
that's like
I don't think you
2
start
cents.
with that.
Also, how do you pay that? Like, does he just have a check, or does he just use
People
cash?
have
That-
hypothesized that's
might
how
have
much
just had cash.
yeah,
Cash
but,
App,
but
yeah.
I think you trust
With
Cam
Cash
Newton.
App, you can go
Oh, there you
unlimited,
go.
probably.
See,
I don't know.
that's Wally Pipp, Big Cat. There may be a lot more PFTs since
Listen,
Big Cat's gonna be
it'd
taking
be-
care of this.
it'd be a real
kid
shame.
of his.
Although, I mean, isn't that technically a free ad? So I'm not trying to knock you down, but I got a rep for my guy Dan here. Like, they're not a sponsor of the Rundown. So
At least I didn't say the V word this time. I've been getting pretty bad about that on the show. We have to overdub Cash App sometimes.
Speaking of ads, MVMT. MVMT, our favorite watch brand, also has great shades for the summer that we love. They're stylish, between $60 and $95. Get 15% off, free shipping and returns. They go on mvmt.com/rundown.
Is this the seat that Dan usually uses?
Must be. Why?
Yeah,
Is it a big
it's
indent?
deep. It's deep.
you like that one.
By the way, my Dan showed me the e-card that my parents sent them. It's like beautiful. It's
That's
just
really
like
nice.
little animals kissing like big animals.
I love that your parents are just getting around on the e-card thing.
Oh,
That was like Web 1.0.
my dad still will try to like email links. He doesn't know you can like not email fax links. And he's defending Kirk Minahan, which is going to be one of the all-time trials. In the
He
history of
actually
trials.
is.
Yeah, he actually is.
So I spoke to Erica this afternoon as well, and she confirmed that Mike Portnoy Esquire will be representing the company and myself in this lawsuit.
Brilliant.
They are. My understanding is that he is working right now on filing a motion to dismiss. I am against that. I would like to be represented in court and have our day, but I think they're trying to get it dismissed right now. Which I think legally you would normally say, yes, obviously this is a bogus bullshit case, but like in the state of Massachusetts, these fucking judges are corrupt. The state's corrupt. I think it's 75% chance this goes to trial, 50% chance we lose a civil case, 20% chance it goes criminal, and like a 12% chance I go to jail at the end of it.
That would be unbelievable. Imagine, I wonder if we could set up like some sort of, that would be the first of its kind of podcast from jail. I have no idea what the law is. The only thing that I know is criminally damages, there are none because, there's no damages, but whether it's inherently just saying you're somebody else and recording it, I have no idea. I have no idea what the law is. I know this. Curtone, is that how you pronounce his name? Curtatone?
Something like that.
I think so.
Curtatone and my dad talking at each other. That could be one
Great
of the
stuff.
great filibuster. This court case may never end with them just talking at each other for like maybe years on straight. It would neither even realizing the other is
Yeah.
speaking.
Like the court would end and they would still be there like at 4 a.m.
Well, yeah, it's quite the case.
We're going to make a movie about this one day. It's going to be like a John Grisham movie in 20 years.
Is there actually a countersuit? Or is that just like...
There hasn't been yet, but Erica did walk in my office the other day. She's like, I talked to your dad about the suit, and maybe Dad, close your ears. But she had to just put him on mute and continue with work because he just kept going around in circles. I'm like, that is why I don't call my dad that.
I want to see what your dad wears into the courtroom. Like, what's his presentation like? Is he is he a bow tie guy? Does he have a thing?
Yeah, like
Pinstripes?
older suits kind of type thing, like
Fedora
almost
would be nice.
Oh,
like
I could,
70s.
Could you see him going out and getting like a new suit for this though?
He
Like
may.
this is his big moment.
We got him Milton's. That's his suits. Like 5 years ago, we did deals with Milton's. He went in. He also then called in the radio and thought we were trying to gotcha him. Because we're like, is Kirk have a case? Is he in the right size? Like, you're not going to trick me into telling you what's going on. It's like, I've been too smart. It's like, you're our lawyer.
I want to see him doing the courthouse press conferences after he gets out of trial, like getting a gaggle around him.
Absolutely.
But just using that time to complain about.
I need a
customer service.
courtroom sketch. I need
Oh,
it all.
yeah.
Everything. It's going to be something.
We should have the guy that did the Brady courtroom sketch do
To
one of
Mike
that.
Portnoy.
little event, not so little. One of the premier championships that this great country has to offer starts tonight.
Get lost.
College World Series. The University of Michigan playing Vanderbilt. 2 out of 3 starts tonight. Vandy's a favorite because they got that freshman kid who's basically unhittable. But Michigan's been one of the darlings of the last 100 years in any sports stores. Last team into the tournament, underdog the entire way, haven't lost in Omaha, beat UCLA. So it's a great moment. If this goes to game 3, I think I get to fly out to Omaha. I would have gone today, but have Lady Gaga private show tonight, no big deal. Tomorrow, more importantly, we have the Duncan Awards, which I'm hosting. So if we get through that, we also have Blogs for Dogs on Wednesday, so it's busy. What do you guys think? Michigan got a chance?
I don't know. I don't know shit about college baseball. All I know is that the Vanderbilt has the whistling guy, right?
Anchor down. That's all I know.
They've got some guy that whistles really loud and he annoys everybody.
Oh,
I think
the
they might.
team or a fan?
fan or
It's
the
like a
player?
fan, I think. They
I
might
know
have
what you're
kicked him
talking
out.
about. That's
yeah.
Vanderbilt?
Yeah.
Does Vanderbilt have the
because
kid
of
who
last
threw
year,
the
people were
no-hitter?
like, why don't they kick this guy out of the crowd?
Yeah, that's
because they
him.
thought it was a whistle, but he's a human whistle.
He's very good at doing
Yes.
that. I've always wanted to be able to do that, to like bite down on your pinkies.
Yeah, I can't whistle.
I don't know how you do it.
It's a
Like,
great talent.
I can't do that either.
You can get cabs and you can get people's attention real easily.
yeah, it's an alpha move. You just walk out of the sidewalk and you're like this.
I
and
can't whistle,
car
period. I
pulls
can't
up.
do it that way or the other.
Can't do that.
Never been able to. Also, I have a bet with David Price. He came at me since he's a Vandy guy. Friendly wager. I get to a pizza review in the dugout with him. I offered Carabas to be his butler for a week, which I thought was
Can you do that?
Yeah.
That's
I thought about it, but
owner,
yes.
governor over here.
Okay.
He's
Yeah.
handing people out.
Yeah,
like
I
that.
was like,
don't
you
know.
get Jared Carabas. I don't know, more insulting to me and him. He said no. He's like, I don't want Carabas.
I mean, I wouldn't want Carabas as my butler either.
Why?
First of all, it's Carabas. Second of all, he doesn't want to put me in a demeaning position. We're best fucking friends. Why would he accept as a victory one of his friends as an indentured servant? He would
That's
never
what
do
you
want
that.
do to your friends. You
No,
you
it's
insult
not.
them.
No, it's not.
Who
It's
won't want an indentured servant?
he doesn't want me to like doing
For a
his
week?
bitch work. If he
It's
wants
a bet.
Yeah, but like instead he would have you as his butler, not me. Why would I be involved in a bet where you lose, or like you lose
Well,
and he wins and I have to
certainly-
be his butler?
That's like
That's not
Braveheart.
friend
It's not
stuff.
gonna be in my head on like this. It would be you.
Right.
I think he would have accepted it if you offered to be
I don't
his
think
butler.
he would have. I don't think he
I
wanted
think he
any of
would've.
us near him.
I don't think you'd be a very good butler.
I don't think I'd be a
yeah,
good
it's
butler
not-
either.
not
I don't
gonna
know
find
how
you.
to do any of that stuff. I don't know how to wash clothes. The only thing I know how to do is vacuum. Very good at vacuuming. That's it.
That's weird.
Yeah.
It's not that weird. Vacuuming is a
not
very
that hard
simple
to
task.
Yeah.
If you don't know how to vacuum, you're a
Straight
fucking
line.
idiot.
That's what I'm saying, and I know how to do it.
Who do you think would be the best butler in this office?
Spider.
Spider would be a good butler. Yeah.
Well, you
I,
would now.
I can see Tommy being a good butler.
Yeah, Tommy would be a
Tommy,
good
you're
butler.
basically our
I
butler.
don't have many household skills.
Yeah,
What can't you do?
You could learn them.
I don't understand when people are like,
I feel like
can't do
Vibbs
laundry.
looks
What are you
like a
talking about?
butler.
Just put it in.
Yeah.
Vibbs looks like
has
a butler.
has a butler look for
Yeah.
sure.
A butler just, my understanding is they just answer the door, right? All I know about butlers I learned on Fresh Prince. That's it.
I keep saying that when I was at Royal Ascot, I got wildly lucky that the guy who worked at our hotel, the Dorchester, was like a stoolie from way back when, half Iowa, half Danish, Bjorn. But they had a butler, and he came and put a florist who came up and like cut a flower for me to match my tie each
See,
day.
that's like,
That
that's
was
next
pretty-
level butler.
Yeah.
Pretty
Like
sweet.
other shit's like, you're a cleaner.
To this,
but then
this
a
guy
butler
also
is like making
this
your
guy
life
used to
better.
work for the Queen, so he's probably a little more experienced.
Yeah, I feel like in
Kevin.
England, just in general, it's like a cultural thing. They
Big
know how
time.
to make good butlers over there.
Yeah.
They've been
What-
doing it.
So
What's
butler
going on with your
factory.
Mets, Kevin? I haven't seen video, right? Is there video of this
No.
altercation?
Not that I know of. There's
How is
audio.
there no video with reporters in the
There might.
locker room?
You're right. There might be. I've heard audio. I have not seen
Oh, you've
video.
heard the audio?
Yeah. So, basically, one reporter asks him why they didn't go to their closer Diaz for a 5-out save, and Mickey Callaway responds that they basically have a rule that him and the GM have agreed upon: 4-out saves, no 5-out saves. And then they followed up again saying, "Well, would you have the power to do it if you wanted to?" And he did. He took great offense to that. So that's when it got testy. And they said, like, why didn't you put in Diaz? He said, why? Because you want him. And that was really it. And then after that is supposedly when, like,
Supposedly, so you don't hear.
no,
the
no, no,
VAR.
no, no, no. That it definitely happened. I'm just saying I don't know if there was anything else that led to it. Because it just sounded like a couple.
Do you hear
a couple
Vargas
testy
saying,
questions.
knock you
No,
out on
that
the
I
video?
haven't heard. No.
That's like Bobby Bonilla. That's the Mets.
That's
And
what the Mets do. I mean, this is so Mets territory. This is when they were throwing bleacher reporters. This is when Tony Bernazard was trying to fight minor leaguers, when K-Rod's dad was trying to fight the team, when Omar Minaya was trying to fight Adam Rubin. This just is what we do.
It's from the ownership down, a team that wants to win that bad. That's what it strikes me as.
This
'Cause
is
Jeff
actually
Wilpon
this is
one of
actually
the great owners
the
in
only
sports.
running joke of yours. that I really fucking like. It drives me crazy.
not a
Like,
joke.
and I'll just openly admit it because I hate you for it.
What, the
It's a
Wilpons
stupid
being
joke.
good?
It's a stupid
They
joke.
are good.
And I hate anybody who plays into it at all, even a little bit.
He's
They
starting
are
to
the
talk me
worst
into it.
owners in
The
all
way
of
that
sports.
he says it so confident.
They are.
I had
Like, your
the-
friend
I've had
is
the-
a fucking
I've had the
buffoon.
pleasure of meeting
I
Jeff
can't
Wilpon
believe-
multiple times. Frankie and I invited us into the owner's booth. We watched the Mets game right next to him. I have never seen an owner as invested and want to win as badly
He was
as Jeff
literally
Wilpon.
at
They've
the
got a
Michigan
great
baseball
stadium,
game the other
too.
day
Yeah.
instead of the Mets game.
He was
Like,
where?
you talked
He was
about a
at the
great
Michigan
game day
game supporting
experience.
them rather than with the fucking team.
I mean, everyone.
By
when
the
your
way,
team gets there, and how do you know he's not
A,
like scouting?
a businessman like yourself
Yeah.
should not associate with a fucking failure weasel like him.
He owns the Mets.
He's
we
a
should
fucking
all be
bum.
lucky enough to be that big of a failure where he own professional
Handed to
sports
him by his dad. He's a little bitch boy.
What do you want to do? Give it back?
I want him to shut the fuck up and get a real GM who's not a puppet and let him actually build a team.
Well, so do you think
he's
that-
terrible at everything,
Do
Dave?
you think the Wilpons have like any say in like these little rules that go on between the GM and the manager of, okay, here's what you'll do in a 4-out save, 3-out save, things like that? You think that the actual ownership has like they're in his ear about that? I love that. Yeah, Dave, I'm with you. Like you got to have an owner that is just really committed to everything, has their hands on everything. As a Redskins fan, Dan Snyder is the best thing that's ever happened to
Yeah,
the
you
team.
know how well this works.
Great ownership.
All I know
Owners
is
who
Jeff
wanna be involved.
Dan
They're
Snyder and
very
Jeff
dedicated.
Wilpon do have a similar. They both want to win bad. Jeff Wilpon sat with him every pitch he's hanging on. Every pitch.
I hate this
Now,
joke.
I do think that they should bring up Tebow at some point.
At this point, you might as well.
Yeah, just like
Bring
sell
some
some
peace.
tickets, right?
Yeah.
You know what? If I go to the Michigan game, maybe he'll be there, and I'll send my regards. Yeah, Jeff.
That fucking weasel.
No. NBA, David Silver today said, I think it's official.
David Silver?
Michael Silver, Bob Silver. What's his name?
Adam Silver.
Adam
Nate
Silver.
Silver.
Adam Silver, who I consider the best commissioner of sports. I think most people universally do. Said they're going to ban the word owner. On the PC side, seems ridiculous. Like, you can own companies, you own your team, you own them. I was thinking more about it, and I don't know where it's coming from. There's obviously been the LA Clippers guy, the plantation stuff, and if the majority of your league is African Americans, and they have a problem with the word, I'd probably be like, I don't give a fuck. Like, I think it's stupid and PC.
So do I.
But if it's just
a
going to
good
make
business move.
if it's
just
going to
like-
make your life easier,
It doesn't, like, first of all, I think he knows most people are still going to use the term owner.
changing it to
But,
governor. by
but
the way.
he's on the record as saying it's officially governor, and he gets to look progressive, and like, but nobody actually, the people who are actually offended, they're happy with this move, and the people who want it to still be called owner are still going to do it.
You're still
They're
going
call
to,
it
yeah,
owner.
if you're one of these people out there that is pissed off about the whole PC factor, you're not going to start calling it governor. You're going to keep calling it owner. But I actually agree with Dave. Dave, I'm surprised that was your take on it.
Well,
because it's like they are your employees. And if they're the ones who are upset about it, might
them
as
happy.
well listen to their
Right.
concerns, right?
because it's
Plus-
basically a needless, like, it's
doesn't
such a
hurt-
small,
yes.
it
Yeah,
doesn't change
exactly. And plus, governor is such a cooler word
Governor's
than owner.
word. Like, now I will never use it, not because I'm protesting. I'll never think of it.
You'll never, yeah, like
Right.
DL in baseball.
Right,
Even
yeah.
though they've changed it,
Can't teach an old
it's
dog
just
new tricks.
been in
It's
my brain
burned
for
in
so
my brain,
long.
yeah.
Right, and I don't think it's offensive. But if you're sitting here and it's a headache, you can just not deal with it. Makes your employees happy.
I
What's
believe
the
he
skin off
said
your
that
back?
they've been doing this for a long time, actually. I don't know if I believe that.
And
He
then
said
you
that
have
they phased out the word owner years ago. I'm like,
Yeah, I don't know.
No, you didn't.
I don't think
right.
so.
So no, they definitely did. They
I've
definitely.
heard them say owner recently, yeah.
I mean, it is crazy. It's very, but again, if people are that upset about it, what's he care? Last one.
Can
we
he
had-
can he change that though? Like, is that his power to?
I
Is
think
Mark Cuban going to be like, okay, Adam, you told me, I'm gonna stop calling myself an owner?
Yeah.
No, I don't think. Well, I was just thinking, like, could you fine him? I don't know that you could. I
That'd
don't
be
think you
interesting.
can.
The only thing
I
I
think
get
that'd be
worried
a
about
big freedom
is
of
Yeah,
speech
that
thing.
would be that would turn into something.
I know the other movement that I've seen recently are people talking about how the draft is like against human rights and that people should get to pick where they play, and like that would be keeping your players happy. I have no problem with him doing this for something that's like inconsequential,
But
just like
again-
where do you eventually stop and
Yeah,
just start
but
giving it to all
again,
this shit?
This is a business decision. The draft is a business decision. It's a private company theoretically.
That's why it's owned.
Right. Yeah.
I'm
right.
saying
exactly.
you start.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I think it's very PC. But again, if it's gonna make your life easier, that's the main thing. This isn't. Sometimes I get agitated where like a school will be like, you can't celebrate Halloween or sing a Christmas song. That's more public, so I don't think you should make those changes. This is a business. This is your employees, you're doing it. So that's where I see the difference. I had to bring this up, and I've been following this from afar. But Wayne Jetski convinced Za to go to Fire Island. I've never been there. And then he fucking lost him?
Start all over again?
Yeah, something like that. I woke up, I was so confused. Like I remembered like kind of obviously along that drink, everything gets a little fuzzy. I woke up at like 10 o'clock. Me and Chef Donnie were there, and I went in the bedrooms at the house, and I was like, "Where the fuck is Za?" Like I was like, "Oh my god, did we leave Za on Ocean Beach?" I had like a lapse in memory, and I was like, "Where did Za go?" I didn't remember him
That's
going
the drugs.
to the
That's
ferry.
A lapse in memory. That's what they call a blackout.
Yeah,
It's not going to get better. It's not like that's
all.
all
The
some-
term is a blackout.
Yeah, it's not gonna heal
It
itself.
doesn't
by the way.
get better.
And I was freaked out. I was like, damn, did I leave Za on Ocean Beach? Like I was like, oh my god, he doesn't know how to get back. And then we kind of pieced everything together. I hit him up, and he told me what happened. So that made sense. But yeah, then I kind of just continued.
He got passed out. And I saw the lead up of like, yeah, you got to come. We'll have
He
the best
forced
weekend.
him to come, basically.
Right. He like
He
basically
heavy convinced
kidnapped him,
him.
took him
Yeah.
there, and then just got so shit-faced and passed out. He left him to fend for himself. Like he didn't even know Za. This is the
Well,
worst.
to
There's
be
a
fair
difference
though,
between-
Za was blacked out as well. He
Yeah.
told me he forgot how to speak English. He said he was only speaking African.
Okay, I didn't see that.
That's
but
pretty cool. That's awesome.
Yeah, he's
It's like
Imagine
sometimes
running-
when I get drunk around my friends that are from New York, I like adopt that New York accent a little bit. Za gets hammered.
He
and
slips
just
back into
starts
his native
slipping
tongue.
back in. That's
Yeah.
pretty cool.
That does change it a little
I think
bit.
he had a great weekend.
Za?
Yeah. It's
Okay,
one of
that
those things
changes.
where like if you
I just saw the clip on
if you
Barstool
lose a
Breakfast.
friend sometimes, you just assume that friend is having a great time.
I
while
think
he's
it's
gone.
every man for himself in these sort of
Yeah.
situations.
I,
That's what
every
happened to
time
me.
I've been lost in a public place, I've had an awesome time.
There
I've
it
come
is.
back with the best.
How's it going?
stories.
Now, Fire Island's a little different because you have to take a boat on and off. Like, if he was truly lost, Za would be basically stranded. But
Yeah, you can't drive on. There's no cars unless you own like a business or like you're a cop or something like that. So I was with him, but he held his own. I felt bad. We missed the water taxis to go to the other town late at night. So me and him walked back like 4 miles through the snow with his little legs. So I felt bad about that.
So he had a good weekend.
Just to the sands.
He wasn't agitated at all.
No, he loved it.
How long was he missing?
I don't know, like 20, 30 minutes maybe.
Oh,
maybe
that's,
longer.
that's not lost.
All right, so that
Ma-
makes
anywhere
sense.
he
between-
like left the bar and went home, and he like came later, basically something like that.
No, we were bouncing around from different bars, and he kind of just like I lost sight of him for a little bit. I was kind of.
See,
And
to
it
me,
throws
Za
a bit.
strikes me as the kind of guy who like I wouldn't be worried about. We'd hit the bar together. I could be the host, but I'd be like, "Yo, good do your thing."
Okay,
enjoy."
so that's
Za can
different. I'm
handle
picturing
himself.
like an island. Like if I invited someone in Nantucket, and then I just bounced out of the bar, that would be a problem because bars are hard to get into. There's lines, and
Yeah.
you're just kind of wandering along.
Right.
Now Za may be able to get anything because he's very recognizable.
Yeah,
but-
he was like the mayor of Ocean Beach out
Za's a
there. He
fucking
was.
rock star.
Everyone was coming up to him, buying him free drinks. He was killing. He loved
Now,
it.
I know part of your initial pitch was
We took. Well, no, we all walked back at like 4 a.m. to my house because I was on a different town than the one we were partying at. So we walked back, and then instead of going into my house and going to sleep with me and Donnie, he just decided, "Fuck this, I'm going back home." He was pissed at me that we walked back. That was it. He ended the day a little
Right.
But
pissed.
you were walking
a
with him.
4-mile walk.
Yeah.
That's tough.
That's not as bad.
Yeah.
What was
Probably 3.5.
What
four.
size was your group
8
that you were
miles
with?
for him.
Me, Donnie, Chef Donnie, and Za went over from one town to like the big party town and met up with maybe like, I don't know, 5 or 6 of my buddies. But then when you're out there, you kind of like, it's everybody from Long Island, so everybody knows everybody kind of bouncing around. So
Right. So what were you doing when you lost Za?
drinking.
Drinking?
Yeah.
Oh, I saw a picture of you. You looked like you were basically dead.
Were you dancing with another like 45-year-old?
I was dancing, I was mixing around with some older women. Yeah, that picture wasn't my best look. There's these things called rocket fuels. It's like the staple drink of Fire Island. It's a pina colada, and then it has 2 rum floaters on top. So it's basically like 3 drinks in one. So I had a couple of those, and yeah, it tapped me out a little bit, but
That's
good weekend
Wayne Jetski,
nonetheless.
ladies and gentlemen. Anything post-show here? Kevin, you did stand up. I saw. How'd
Yeah.
that go?
Oh yeah, how'd that go?
It went pretty well. I was doing it more to. We got our own. We have a KFC Radio live show coming up in July, and I hadn't been on stage in a couple years, so I was trying to see like where I'm at with that. So I was hoping to just.
But that's
I
very
wasn't-
different from
very
what I've
different.
seen of your KFC radio when you're
Very
sitting
different,
around talking.
for sure. So I was like seeing how comfortable I was on stage, and I wasn't as nervous as I expected. I didn't like tear it down by any means, but I don't think I bombed either. It was more just that I was able to like stay.
How long
collected.
did you know you were doing that for?
Probably like a couple weeks is when
So
I really.
like you wrote your material like 2 weeks out?
Yeah.
Was it memorized? The whole thing's memorized?
Yeah. I mean, it was
Memorization.
5 minutes. It wasn't like a huge set, but
That's
it's an
something-
experience, man. It's a fucking rush. for
I've
sure.
always wanted to try that, but that's one thing that I'm actually like terrified of. It's like heights
very
and
nerve-wracking.
doing stand-up comedy.
Heights.
I feel like
I'm
'cause
surprised
probably 'cause I'm
on
short.
both of these for you.
Yeah,
I feel like you
heights-
would be good on stage.
Can't. Well, I've been on stage and I've done a few things that I thought were okay on stage, but I'm just terrified that I would get up there. You know what I would do? I would get up there and like my first 2 lines would bomb, and then I would just act like I was up there to introduce the guy, and that's it. So see, I'm the intro guy. That's all that I'm doing.
Yeah, as long as I didn't like have a full-blown bomb moment, like I was okay. I didn't like tear it down by any means, but it wasn't like a crickets where it was like, oh my god, get me off
Yeah.
the stage sort of.
As long as you don't go Michael Richards, then you're good.
Yeah, that definitely didn't
That's a
happen.
win.
So yeah,
That is a win.
put a W in my books.
All right, it's the rundown.